Yeah, hello everyone. For this video, do a Simulink representation of the following block diagram you see. So let's get started then. I'll open my MATLAB. As you can see, I have MATLAB open. If you don't have Simulink in your MATLAB, you can go to add-ons, get add-ons. Then in your add-ons, you can type Simulink MATLAB, and that will show you if you have Simulink installed or not. If you don't, then you just press Simulink there to install. For me, I already have installed Simulink. So if I press, as you can see, I already have installed Simulink on my PC. So you can do that. So let's just open Simulink. We create a blank model. And as you can see, we have our Simulink here. And this is where we'll draw our blocks and everything. So as you can see here, you have your taskbar. You can create new models or save them. Then this is your library where you will find our, all the components and things like that. So let's start them this is a library where you can find different components. Let's just say a resistor or let's say a summing block. And if you press sum, it gives you something like this that you just drag and drop on the what do you call space you have in front of you. As you can see, I have my sum block here. That's one way to get your components. Then second way to get your components is just click this in space, this space here. Just click, then you just type, and I think so it's one of the easiest way to get your components where you don't have to go to the library. Just you need to know the name of those blocks and you just type in the values and that will give you the then you will get the components and everything. Then let's start with the block. Here as you can see we have a block diagram of a system with RS our input and CS our output. Then we have these gain blocks, you can call them gain blocks or transfer function blocks. I'll show you what, and these are the summing blocks, you must remember that. Simulink. So let's start. So we start with this part here, summing. So we'll have our sum block there. Then you can double click on this block. Then as you can see, it gives you the value. Then here you can change it plus and minus. And as we see, we have a plus and a minus there. Plus and minus. So you can change that. You can change that plus to a minus and say apply, and that's done. Then we have a minus there. Then we have our gain block, or you can say a transfer function block, one of those two. So you can type in gain. Then this is our gain block, and as you can see, it shows the error I want to connect. Yes. Then if I double click on the gain block, you see it gives me the gain I want to use. And say I want to use G. just a variable. You can have a number in there or just variable. And I'll say apply for now because it shows red because I haven't assigned any value to G. That's why it's in red. Or you can also have a transfer function block where you can put the whole transfer function of the system. In this case, we'll use a block, a gain block as our multiplier. Then if we go back, it's G1. So we name this G1. We just apply, we press OK. Then we go, if we go back, we have a sum block here again. Then we have a sum. It adds there, then this one. Double click, then we subtract here. We say apply. When we got the summing block, now we have our and again a forward gain G2. So we have a gain block again. Just connect. We call this G2. You just say apply and done. Then as you can see again we have a summing block here. And if you can see, I think so we have a 2 plus and 1 minus. So how are we going to do that? It's simple. You just double click on this block, then you can just say plus plus minus and apply. And as you can see you have 2 plus and then a minus there. Yeah. Then if you can see, then we have this gain block. Again we say gain and just double click. Then there on this gain block we'll just say it's G3. Press apply and you okay. Then we have our output there. Then again we have a gain block here. It's a feedback loop, and to rotate this you can just press select the gain block, press Ctrl R, so it rotates the system. And you can just take that arrow and connect it there. Then we call this H3, our negative feedback. You press apply. That's alright. Then you can double click on this line and you can name it to be capital letter C S. As you can see, then I can also extend this line a bit. Then I can double click on that. We can name it capital letter R as that's our input. Yeah, then as you can see, we have another forward feed system there. You just take this arrow, you drag it down and you bring it there. That. So we have this part, we are done. Then if we check again, we have two negative feedbacks here, H2 and H1. So let's connect that. So we'll have two gain blocks. And again you can press Ctrl R to change the orientation. Then I'll name this one to be H2. That's our H2 negative feedback. I'll name this to be H1. Apply. That's our negative feedback. In this case, just remember these H1, uh, the values, there is no values assigned to G1 or H2 and these variables, so it won't simulate. Then it will give me a simulation error. So you have to assign values to them before you simulate. So as you can see, we are done and we have our system right in front of us. Then you can double click on these wires to name them V1, V2, this is named V3, V4. It comes from V3, but you can name it it's V5 more or less, but it changes. Let's keep it V3. Then you can select others to name whatever name you want to give them. And give this to be V5, V6, V7, and V8. And then for the input, you can get a step response. Just type in step. That brings a step response, and you can just connect that. You can connect it to that, then it will give you a output. And on the output, you can connect scope to see its output. Then if you want to store the data, you can connect a workspace. Just type into workspace. Then it stores the data into your workspace, and this data, when you simulate the whole system, uh, then this sim out, when you simulate it, it's stored in MATLAB here under variables. Then when you say open variables, you will see it somewhere. They named sim out. Yeah, so that's a basic block diagram, or you can say a signal flow diagram, represent Simulink representation of this block diagram. Yeah, alright guys, that's all then. Thanks.